When Sarah told me that marriage was holding her back, I stood frozen in disbelief. It wasn't an argument or a fight. She said it calmly, like she'd been rehearsing it for months. We had been married for 5 years, building a small but steady life together. I thought we were happy. But that day, she packed her bags, saying she needed freedom and time to find herself. I didn't try to stop her. Maybe I should have, but something inside me told me that if she truly wanted to leave, forcing her to stay would only make things worse. The first few months after she left were brutal. The silence in our apartment was deafening. I kept checking my phone, hoping she would text, but all I ever saw were social media posts of her traveling, smiling, and living what she called her real life. It hurt, but I started to realize something. Her freedom didn't have to mean my misery. I began rebuilding myself, piece by piece, without her. I poured myself into work. I took on projects that I used to avoid and even earned a promotion. My friends encouraged me to get out more, so I joined a hiking group. That's where I met Lena, quiet, thoughtful, and grounded. She didn't fill the silence with empty words. She listened, and that was something I hadn't realized I missed so much. We didn't rush into anything, but slowly, her presence made the pain fade. Months turned into a year. By then, I had stopped checking Sarah's posts. I had a new circle of friends, a new rhythm to my life. I wasn't the same man who had watched his wife walk out the door. I was stronger, calmer, and more focused on what truly mattered: peace. One Sunday afternoon, while I was helping Lena set up a small garden in my backyard, I received a message from a familiar number. It was Sarah. The text read, "Hey, I've been thinking about you. Can we meet?" My heart didn't race like I thought it would. I simply stared at the message for a moment, then placed my phone down and continued planting. Later that night, curiosity got the better of me. I replied politely, asking what she wanted to talk about. She said she was back in town, that her journey of self-discovery hadn't gone as planned, and that she missed me. I felt a pang of something, not love, but sadness for what could have been. Still, I agreed to meet her the next day at a nearby cafe. When I arrived, she looked almost the same, except for the faint lines of regret in her eyes. She smiled nervously, as if unsure of what to say. "You look different," she said finally. I nodded. "So do you." There was a long pause before she confessed. "I made a mistake leaving you. I thought freedom meant being alone, but it just made me realize what I lost." Her words might have once melted me, but now they only echoed hollowly. I told her I was glad she found clarity, but that my life had changed too. "There's someone in my life now," I said gently. Her face fell, the smile fading into disbelief. "You moved on," she whispered, like the idea was impossible. I nodded. "It took time, but yes. I learned to be happy again." She blinked back tears, trying to hide her trembling hands. "I thought you'd wait for me," she murmured. "I thought you'd understand I just needed time." I sighed. I did wait, for months. But I realized waiting for someone who walked away wasn't love. It was self-punishment. We talked for a while longer, mostly about the past. She told me about the people she met, the failed plans, and how nothing felt right. I listened, but I didn't feel anger or sympathy, just closure. When we stood up to leave, she asked, "Would you ever consider trying again?" I looked at her, remembering the man I was when she left, broken, uncertain, desperate for her approval. That man no longer existed. "No," I said quietly. "You left because you thought I held you back. Maybe I did then, but I've grown since. And now, I think going back would only hold me back." She nodded slowly, tears filling her eyes. "I understand," she whispered. As she walked away, I watched her go, realizing that this was the real goodbye, the one we never had a year ago. It wasn't bitter or dramatic, it was peaceful, like two pages turning in different directions. That evening, I returned home to find Lena still in the garden, hands covered in soil, humming softly. She smiled when she saw me. "Everything okay?" she asked. I smiled back, feeling a deep sense of calm. "Yeah," I said. "Everything's exactly how it should be." Sarah's chapter in my life had closed for good. And though it had taken a year of pain, reflection, and growth, I finally understood something. Sometimes love isn't about holding on, It's about letting go so you can find who you're truly meant to be. From that day on, I stopped looking back. The past had already taught me everything I needed to know, and my future, the one I'd built on my own terms, finally felt like home.